what I made is a sort of miniature book. Um, the inspiration was the Drop Dead book art piece that we had in one of our labs. And so I was looking for like different materials around my house to use for, because I knew I wanted to try for a book art piece. And so I found an old road atlas from 2007, and I thought I'd repurpose it to try and sort of have a take on like space as it relate in size as it relates to form and content. So what I did, the working title right now is 8280, but I'll try to go through most of the pages. I think there's 10 comparisons, but it's sort of like a there's like the recurring theme of big versus small, essentially. I'll try to flip through the pages quickly, but so it's sort of like you get the urban center. Usually on the left page, there's one page where I accidentally messed up, but and then there's the usually like I guess a more obscure place, Middle America type place. But it's sort of like to say, I guess, which feels bigger or like what makes ideas feel their size, because there's like words on, you know, I guess the way you read a map is different, but it's sort of the words are abstracted for space rather than, I guess, thought. So it's sort of to play on that. So here you have, I don't know if you can see. So this is Baltimore, and then you have Middle America, Kansas. I'll go through a couple more. But I'll try to go to like some of my favorites in here. There's, because some of them, it's sort of a contrast between what also makes it feel bigger, because it's called 82,080 because there's 82,080 square miles of physical space represented, but it's supposed to be a contrast because it's so small and fits in the palm of your hand. And it's also, you get sort of want to also draw the contrast between like urban America being, I guess, bigger in terms, a lot of ways, how it can feel with like population, but Middle America, sort of the rural places are really what make up most of the geographical US. And I guess it's sort of also what you perceive as what is bigger. The words themselves are like the space. So this is a couple blocks of Houston, on, I think, to your left. And you have Truth or Consequences, New Mexico on your right, which is a small town in New Mexico. This is Boston and Cambridge on the right, and then a whole national grassland on the left. Comanche. Oh, this is one of my favorites, the Big Island of Hawaii and a weapons test center in Nevada. Let's go through a couple more. Oh, this is a couple of blocks of, I think it's 4 square miles of Manhattan versus the representation of the Appalachian and the Great Smoky Mountains in Tennessee, where they meet. Then you also have Los Angeles, and then an entire Indian reservation in Wyoming. But I guess sort of the bigger question that the book tries to ask is like, what makes content feel bigger? Is this book large or small? And it's just trying to be explicit with like making, I guess, creating dissonance if it feels that way as you go through the book and flip through it and see all these different places and what they try to represent. Oh, this is Miami, and then Tuscarora, someplace in the middle of America. Then also there's one in here, picked out, I guess, just one of the the word Connecticut versus what it actually is. But you also have here New Orleans, which is a large city. The symbol itself that was included on the page is also pretty big, but you also have Nashville on the right. But okay, if there are any questions also, I'll be happy to take those.